this last segment that we were trying to put in here is not going to really fit inside of this episode. So let's take some questions that we're going to make up right now because we don't have time.
Oh, questions and answers?
Look into questions.
Well, I know a question that I can ask you, Richard, from our audience. How do you deal with setbacks?
Oh, shut up, Andrew. Okay.
How do you deal with setbacks?
Well, seeing that I just went through a setback, that's great because I can definitely find a way to try to put that into words or whatever. But I think for me at least, it's a lot about patience. Like it's a lot about just taking things day by day and slowly getting back to where you were. You know, like there's no need to rush. There's no need to hurry. There's no need to get negative in your head because it's out of your control. Like you got to have a lot of like patience and acceptance and be like, okay, it is what it is. I need to do the things I need to do in order to, you know, get it right. You know, like as much as I didn't want to do all the things, it's like, it's my only option. Like, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do except for lay around for a week and a half straight? Like, what else am I going to do except for, you know, figure out, you know, how to get my independence back, how to be able to, you know, make food on my own and, you know, be able to shower on my own. And then, you know, how am I going to get to physical therapy? And, you know, you kind of have to prioritize, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, I think about it back to like, I mean, in my recovery days, I've talked about this before where I would just like stare at a clock.
Talking about drug
addiction recovery days. Yeah, when I was in
You've been in a lot of recovery days recently,
when
Richard.
when I was in rehab, drug rehab, and I would just look at the clock and be like, okay, can I make it a second? Okay, cool, I made it a second. Like, okay, can I make it a minute? Made it. Can I make it 10 minutes? You know, an hour, a day, and that's kind of how I've been approaching a lot of this stuff right now. Is I'm just kind of like, okay, I have to deal with the problem that is at hand, which is I'm in a lot of pain. My leg is broken. You know, I've got a lot of pain everywhere else. You know, I've lost almost all my independence. People are taking care of me. And
you're back now, though, a decent bit. You still can't drive right now, but
yeah, I mean, and even when I do start driving again, like I got physical therapy to do. You know,
there's a lot of shit going wrong.
You know, I've got, you know, to figure out how I'm going to be able to get back in the gym, how I'm going to be able to get back into the workflow, you know, how I'm going to be able to, you know, just do things. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to walk again. Like, I literally have no idea. Like, I don't know if this knee, because there's now a bunch of metal in it, and if it'll be able to, like, hyperextend the way that it used to in order for me to transfer my weight over. Like, I just don't know. And I'm not going to think about worst case scenarios until it gets there. You know, I'll figure out a way. You know, it might be one of those things where it's like, okay, well, it does or it doesn't. All right, now I guess I'm in the chair more. Or, you know, okay, now I got to figure out a different way to get my chair in and out of the truck. You know, maybe I got to get a different car that's lower to the ground, that's got bigger doors, you know, so I'll be like loading my chair in and out more often. Or, you know, maybe I don't want to think about it, you know? Like, I don't want to think about it until it gets there. You know, I think there's too many people
Well, even if you can't fully hyperextend the knee, couldn't you double crutch it probably?
Probably, yeah. But that would be like, then I wouldn't have any hands available to do anything. So at that point, it's kind of like just be in the chair. Yeah, double crutching is worse than anything, I think. Because you don't have any hands available.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, and you can't even like, yeah, it's weird. For sure.
I could probably double crutch it like Hannah, maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and not like the like walking style of double crutching.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because
Yeah.
she like hops.
She hops basically.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Was like her style, not like one and then the other. Like that feels weird to me.
I mean, either way, they're still both your hands are taken up.
Exactly.
You got to have a big bag or a backpack or something, or I don't know, man. I'm just not thinking about it too much. I've just been like not allowing myself to go negative. Like that's a big rule I have whenever I'm going through any type of depression stuff, or if I'm going through any type of like this kind of stuff or any type of big setback. I just like, if I can't go positive, just don't go negative. And if I catch myself going negative, I'll be like, no, just not right now. I'll tell myself like, not right now. And then I'll kind of like go back to like.
Do you think that's sometimes suppressing yourself from feeling those feelings though?
Yes, if it's like
mourning a loss or something.
Yeah. Like this is just something that
this might not be a full loss. Like it's like you don't go negative in the sense of like analyzing all the worst case scenarios.
Yeah, exactly. And I even think about like when I went through my big depression in 2006 or whatever.
The Great Depression of 2006.
2016, sorry.
16.
Or maybe it was 17 or 18.
The Great Depression of 2016, or maybe it was 17 or 18.
I don't know. I've been through a lot of depressions. But so I think about, like, just do your basic stuff, eat food, shower, socialize,
I like doing those things.
Exercise, but I remember I'd lay around a lot. I'd lay around and watch a lot of TV and YouTube and just do nothing. But, I think there's a difference between like hiding your feelings, and there's a difference between just like, if there's nothing to feel, then just don't go negative. If you can't go positive, don't go negative. And it's like, in the moment, I can't really, and I mean, I'm still having a hard time trying to think of anything positive that's come out of this. I mean, there have been a few things that have come out of it, but for the most part, I'm still like, ugh, I could have done without this. This would have been a lot better if I didn't have to deal with this. I
think personally, there's probably not very many like positives, but as far as like other things, I feel like there's definitely gonna be some positives. Like, even just from the Wheels to Walking standpoint, like people are very understanding. Like we got like that awesome book of messages, like, that type of stuff. I think honestly, the video that is hopefully out by the time you're listening to this, the vlog of the recovery vlog, I think that's like a different style that people are going to really dig. I thought about this a lot, actually. Like, I don't think we could have ever started with that kind of content. Because it's just a little bit like too boring. Like no one cares enough.
Unless it was something like this, yeah.
But it's got to be something like you have like there has to be enough like hero pieces to point back to be like someone that anyone cares about. Like for example, Louis, like Fun for Louis. He has so many hero pieces that you can point to and be like, holy shit, he flew around the world in a plane. Holy shit, he kayaked down this crazy river. Holy shit, he lived in Africa for this many, like he went to North Korea. He's got so many good series and so many good videos.
Rode his bike from London to South Africa or something.
Yeah,
some
like,
crazy shit like
sailed
that.
across the, world in a boat. Like he's done so many things. He's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I kind of get what he is. You know what I mean? And I don't really feel like if he comes out with a new video, I'm like, oh, that's cool that he did that. But I don't even like need to watch it necessarily. It's like, oh, he flew around the world. I know that he did that, but I haven't watched any of those videos. Like that's a crazy thing that he did, but I just like, I get it. It's kind of like, I was talking to you about it with Danny McBride, and he was talking about how like a good comedian has like 7 good movies typically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that they're a bad comedian after 7 movies. It's just that you get them. Like you're like, okay.
I know what a Will Ferrell is. I know what a Vince Vaughn is. Like I know what a Owen Wilson is. Like I got it. Like I know what they are.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of the case with certain creators and stuff. And I think it turns into a point where, like, for example, I've talked to you about this. I would totally listen to like a Louis podcast because like I know and respect and appreciate what Louis done so much. I don't need to necessarily keep watching, but I like to know what's going on in his head. I like to, know what he actually thinks on a daily basis. I want to hear conversations that he has with other people. That's why I would listen to a podcast with him. And I think that we're doing the right thing with Wheels to Walking, because even though we haven't been around that long, we've done enough things in the wheelchair world with you to where people realize that like, oh, he is a beacon of hope for people in wheelchairs, and he is a person that like helps people that like to accept their mobility aids and things like that, where you've done enough on that front, even within a year, that like, okay, I respect Richard so much on this end, now let's hear what he has to say about this. Let's hear what he has to say about this. Let's hear what he has to say about this. And I think that's where the podcast really comes in handy. But also, this is the first time with this vlog, like a look into your actual life. Like, hanging
It's
out with your
true.
girlfriend, and
It's been pretty mysterious.
even the behind the scenes of the studio a little bit, like showing like, just the little weird behind the scenes things that people don't normally get because our stuff is so like highly produced.
Yeah, I definitely like that from a viewer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like I even like it when I'm watching like a regular, let's say just like a commentary guy, and then he'll do a skit where he's like running through his house. And I'm like, oh, that's
his
what
house.
that's what his hallway looks like. Like, oh, I didn't know he lived in that kind of a neighborhood. Like,
Totally.
oh, neat. Like, that's what his wife looks like. Like I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the same thing happens with our favorite creators, like there's certain things like with H3H3, it's like with the video with iDubbbz where they're doing the like molten knife where they're like cutting the things with the hot knife. Like you get to see like their whole kitchen and their whole house and you're like, oh, so that room where they record is over there. Oh, okay.
It's like they're in the basement, and there's like a curtain, and like I remember one time there was like this thing where they like flipped the desk around and it like showed it, and I was like, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. That's like a laundry room back there.
Yeah, same with like PewDiePie when he like flipped his desk around and was recording into the mirror, like before he was like had the mirror up against his studio, and then like I think people enjoy like a shift sometimes, and I think that's the problem with people and content. Like they think like, okay, we've solved the formula, we do it like this. And then like 10 episodes later, it's like not performing as well. And they're like, but we cracked the formula. Why isn't it performing? It's like, because people are bored of the formula. They need you to just mix it up and switch it up. And I think that's like kind of an interesting thing that we were stuck in a rut creatively and we didn't even really realize it. And this vlog thing might be like the start of like it goes crazy and people are like, oh my gosh, more of this, please. Like who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. For me,
it would be nice if we were able to post it, but fucking YouTube.
Yeah, I know for me, for now, I'm definitely feeling a bit discouraged just because I'm physically limited. Like a lot of my videos are done just by me being physical.
But to be fair, like most of the like craziest physical ones like aren't even our most popular ones. Like some of them are, but some of them aren't.
No, I agree. I'm just saying I'm already kind of like, I mean, it's been 2 weeks, not that long, maybe 2.5 weeks, but either way, I'm still kind of like, ugh, come on, man. Can I just like get back to normal already? Like I want to go back to the gym. I want to finally, hook the gym that'll allow me to do the adaptive lifting series, like that's a huge one. I definitely want to, keep doing a lot of these like wheelchair basics videos, and, I definitely want to keep traveling and, do a lot of cool videos, like I'm stoked to do a bowhead video, and I'm stoked to, even go to Charlotte and, meet up with Jesse and, all that Charlotte crew and do a bunch of videos with them. And, like there's just a bunch of stuff that I'm like really looking forward to, but I'm like, I feel so kind of like pinned up and confined that I don't even really want to like look at the Trello board and like see what's on there. And because I can look in there and be like, okay, well I can do this kind of a talking head video with this person, or like I can do this kind of a talking head video with this idea, or I can, talk about this concept, but I'm like, I don't know, man, that just seems kind of like fucking lame, but maybe that's a good thing that I have to
I think one of the biggest things that we should do is just breaking down what people are searching and just like double the fuck down on this, optimizing our whole channel for search right now. Because I feel like there's so much stuff that people are searching in regards to this stuff. And we've nailed down a lot of them, but there's still a lot of things where it's like, yeah, going up to Charlotte and like doing a video with like some guy that like does adaptive whatever would be cool. But at the end of the day, like, will it perform well in like 5 years? Like, who knows?
I don't know, man. It's I got time to strategize. That's I guess a benefit of this whole thing is I've got time to really like look at the analytics and, really figure things out and strategize and, just kind of figure it out. It's also an opportunity for us to look at some of our income streams and to look at some of our monetization paths and be like, okay, well, we've been talking about doing this one thing for a while, but we haven't really found the time to do it. And it's like, well, hey, we got the time now. So, or even if it's like a TikTok strategy where it's like, all right, we've got time to, we're not shooting and editing other videos. So it's like, we got time to blast out, a TikTok a day or, 2 TikToks a day or whatever we want, just to kind of like bulk up that platform a little bit because there's a lot of attention over there. Or if we want to, do whatever. I mean, we've got all the stuff that quote unquote we didn't have time for, but we definitely did, but we were just busy doing other stuff. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to. Again, this is one of those, if I can't go positive, don't go negative things, where I'm just like, yeah, whatever, we'll just see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see the positives, but I think that there definitely already are some, like, for sure. But it's probably harder for you to see them because it's so wrapped up in, like, your physical
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
body.
it's the one that, it's happening to me, you know? So it's like, I'm the one who's, in pain and suffering. I'm the one who's
it's
going through it, and it's like all the people on the sidelines are like, "This is good things are gonna happen, and it'll come from this." And it's like,
so cool to see you in pain.
they're like, "I love to see your journey," and I'm like, I just wish I wasn't on one right now.
Yeah, but it kind of goes back to the whole spinal cord injury thing in general. Like, it's like inspiration porn type shit, But the thing is no one got to see your spinal cord injury journey like actually unfold on the internet or anything. So it's like maybe this is the closest thing we can get. Obviously it's not like we have to do that or, fetishize any of that. Or
yeah, man, this is what we're going to do.
sensationalize
Every
it.
10 years on my anniversary, we go back and I fall into that hole again.
Fuck yeah.
And then we just do it all over again and we record
Let's be real. You'd probably
all
die.
of it. Yes, no, I would definitely die. Or we can just go, find a doctor, give my spinal cord a little snip, a little bit higher, give myself
higher level every year.
every year.
Dude,
as a
every
higher
year
level.
it's like you like
Yeah.
it's 2011, so we're gonna hit that T11.
T11.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Like, fuck.
Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want the full episode, you can click right here. If you want to subscribe, click here. If you want more clips, we got 2 more right over here.